All five Strange New Worlds love stories must end before Star Trek, the original series. Star Trek Strange New Worlds has captured hearts not just with its daring missions and polished homage to the original series, but also with its nuanced exploration of love aboard the USS Enterprise. From fleeting sparks in the corridors to simmering relationships that promise long-term complexity, the show has quietly made romance a central current alongside adventure. But here's the catch. All five love stories the series has threaded must reach resolution before the Enterprise's 5-year mission concludes, or risk fracturing the canonical timeline of the universe Gene Roddenberry first charted. The first love story belongs to Captain Christopher Pike. Pike's past, hinted at in flashbacks and subtly layered dialogue, positions him as a man who has known loss, longing, and moral complexity. His chemistry with Number One is palpable, yet restrained. In the 23rd century Starfleet, Pike's heart must navigate the tension between command responsibility and personal desire. Any entanglement that lingers past the pre-original series era could disrupt the measured leadership Pike exemplifies in the classic series. This isn't mere prudishness. Star Trek has always had a delicate balance between emotion and duty. Pike's love story must end with clarity, whether in mutual understanding, unspoken affection, or the bittersweet acknowledgement that some desires are never fully realized. Next is Number One herself, a character who defies gender norms and navigates the pressures of being Pike's second in command. Her romantic entanglements, especially with figures introduced in Strange New Worlds, carry tremendous weight. Canonically, by the time the original series begins, she is fully devoted to the Enterprise's mission, her loyalty and efficiency unimpeded by past romance. That narrative thread demands resolution. Audiences may hope for her to find fulfillment beyond duty, but the story must honor the canonized vision of her as composed, insightful, and singularly focused. Any unresolved romance risks undermining the character we eventually see guiding Kirk's adventures decades later. Science Officer Spock, of course, introduces one of the most delicate love arcs in the series. Strange New Worlds embraces his struggle between logic and emotion, hinting at early interactions that shape his Vulcan-human duality. Romantic curiosity with fellow crewmates, whether brief or intense, must conclude before the 5-year mission of the original series begins. Spock's eventual stoicism and the iconic tension between him and Captain Kirk depends on these formative experiences reaching a natural terminus. Audiences can enjoy the tension, the small sparks, and the ethical dilemmas, but canon dictates that Spock cannot enter the original series carrying unresolved attachments from Strange New Worlds. Noonien-Singh's narrative explores love as a method of healing. Scarred by trauma, her attachments are fraught, layered, and reflective of a broader Star Trek theme, emotional recovery as a path to purpose. Her potential romantic connections with crew members highlight both vulnerability and resilience. Yet, these must resolve by the pre-Kirk era. Any lingering entanglement risks overshadowing her professional dedication and her integration into Starfleet in a way that remains faithful to later canonical mentions. Her story, like the others, must embrace closure without erasing growth, a delicate dance the writers of Strange New Worlds have so far executed with finesse. Finally, Nurse Christine Chapel's story adds subtle but powerful stakes. In the original series, Chapel's affections towards Spock are hinted but never fully realized, creating a tension that spans decades. Strange New Worlds has the opportunity to explore her journey in greater depth, but this arc must reconcile with the understated longing and restraint audiences know from TOS. A resolved narrative, perhaps through personal growth, professional fulfillment, or quiet acceptance, prevents narrative dissonance and enriches the canonical understanding of Chapel's character. The necessity for all 5 love stories to conclude before the original series is not merely a matter of chronology, it is a question of integrity. Star Trek thrives on consistent character arcs and narrative echoes. Romantic subplots are no exception. They shape personalities, ethical decisions, and leadership styles. By closing these arcs, Strange New Worlds ensures that Pike's bravery, Number One's precision, Spock's logic, Lon's resilience, and Chapel's loyalty remain intact, building a bridge to the era of Kirk without contradiction. Yet, Resolution need not mean conventional romance or predictable endings. Star Trek has always celebrated nuance. Love can resolve through friendship, mutual respect, or even the bittersweet acknowledgement of what cannot be. These endings can be as moment